What's going on, Card Pack? Today we are going to be looking at the top 10 hottest selling baseball cards over the last week. So these would be the top 10 cards that had the most individual sales of any card, at least in the Market Movers tool, which for all intents and purposes is all of them that matter. A few things before we get into that. If you want the audios from these videos, check out the podcast. The link is in the description. As we go through these videos, as this video, that is, what in the world? I'm going to do buy, sell, hold on each card. And all the ones that I think are buys, I'll typically send out to the Card Pack newsletter before I upload the video. It's free to join that. Check it out. Link in description. And of course, if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day and join one of the best discords in all of sports card investing, join the Sports Card Society. Link in description, SportsCardSociety.com. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year, so you get 2 months free on the year version. But how it works is there's a members area. You log in. There's a new video put up almost every day. Videos are short. They're only about 5 minutes or less. I show the card. I show all the data and research as to why I like the card and what I plan on doing with it. Am I selling it in a month? Am I selling it in a year? Am I holding it till long term? Am I holding it till the beginning of the season? What am I doing? A couple examples are this Kyler Murray here. We were buying it for under $200 in February. Here it is going for well over $300 in April. It's a pretty good return. Baker Mayfield Prism, we were getting that for under $300 in March, and here it is going for around $500 in April. Pretty good return. I mean, this Baker right here alone pays for the entire year's membership. If you bought the Kyler and the Baker, well, you're well into the green. And these are just like average gains that we get. These aren't like mind-blowing cards that are going on. So check it out. Link in description, SportsCardSociety.com. Join the cool kids. Let's dive into the content. Here we are in the Market Movers tool. We're going to start at number 10. So number 10 on the list is Lou Bob, with his 2020 Topps Chrome, number 60 base, pop count of 4490, and 42 sales on the week. In case you don't know, pop count means this card in this grade. That's how many of them currently exist. So Lou Bob here, he's got 42 sales on the week. Let's pull up his chart real quick. I should note, too, that this card is down almost 14% on the week. So it started the week at around $100, ended the week at around 87. So solidly went down. This is a rookie card of his Topps Chrome rookie card. Seems kind of cheap to me, frankly. But if I'm being honest, which I always am, Lou Bob, he feels like he's underperformed expectations basically the entire time, in my opinion. Not by massive amounts, but by enough, where I'm like, I feel like, when is he going to really start kicking ass, frankly? Let's pull this card back 90 days. Let's see what kind of journey it's been on. So I don't know if I'd be a buy, sell, or hold on this yet. So you can see all the way up here in February, this card is almost $200. Matter of fact, right here, looks like it was $200 on the 3rd of March. And it has just slid ever since basically here, which was mid-March. And it's just been sliding. Now, I am seeing signs of support right here, because on the 10th of May, here you see $78. And then it goes up some, all the way up to $100. And then it dips down. And it's kind of hanging out around that $80, $85 mark. This could be support, but if you look back up here too, you see this was 120, and you see how it kind of goes sideways here overall. It just kind of hangs around that 120, seems to be its support. Support is where buyers and sellers meet, and the sellers really say, no, we are not selling these. A big enough percentage of the sellers say, no, we are not selling this card for less than this. Probably because they're in it too much, and there's a number of people that aren't even selling the card because they're just holding it long term. The percentage of holders are always doing that. But then you see here, finally some of the sellers gave, and they said, all right, fine, we're down a little lower. Now we're here, and now we're down here to 88. So support and resistance is something really important to learn about. And that's one of the reasons being able to have a charting tool like this is the Market Movers tool. It's the one I use and the one I recommend. I'll put a link in the description for it. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year. I use the pro version of this, which I recommend, and I have the year subscription because that's just the best deal. But you need to have some kind of data visualization tool. This is my favorite, like I said, because it really helps you see what the market is doing. And there's just no good substitute for this. There's not. If you're spending your time going back and forth from 130 point to eBay past sales and stuff like that, plus eBay past sales is typically going to bring you back 90 days. So you just can't see the whole thing. Sure, this is 90 days though. Well, yeah, but being able to see it laid out like this with just a click of a couple buttons saves me a tremendous amount of time and gives me a clear, accurate picture very quickly and accurately. So you need to have a charting tool. Okay, I say it every video, and I'm going to keep saying it because it is so true. You cannot do, if you have a charting tool, if you have a data tool, you will do way better in sports cards than you will without it. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, so we see this supported. Link for that in the Market Movers tool in the description if that's one you want to get. But here's support. So it could drop more. To me, there's not a whole lot more to go down. So I might be a buy on this. Let's go to eBay and see what some are listed for. See, I just click this button right here. It brings me to eBay with this nice, really refined search. Let's pull up lowest shipping, buy it now. Good number of them for sale. Let's see if there's some actual PSA 10. Yep, $90 or best offer. You could probably get it for $80 or less. That's not that one. So that's a pretty good deal based on what we're seeing. I just don't know, how these cards could really go for much less, frankly. So I'll put a link in the description to that one because I'd be either a hold or a buy on this card. I'll put a link in the description for that one. Let's go back. Number 9 on the list. Pete Alonso, his 2019 Topps base pop count of 13,107. 43 sales on the week, down almost 11%. Let's chart it. I don't have any Pete Alonso cards, and I'm just not a big advocate of Pete Alonso. Sorry if you're a fan of his or the team, but this card started the week at 42, ended the week at 35. Let's pull it back 90 days, see what kind of journey we've been on here. Been pretty sideways, been dipping down. I'd either be a hold or a sell. I just don't really care for Pete Alonso. I just don't. Sorry, Pete. Sorry, Pete's mom. I know you're listening. So I'd be a hold or a sell on that. Next on the list, Jared Kelenic, his 2018 Bowman Draft Chrome, pop count of 1262 with 44 sales on the week, down almost 26%. Now, Kelenic had quite a rise here, as we'll see in the charts here in a second, because he came into the majors and he was doing pretty well. This card started the week at 283, ended the week at 206, so that is quite a drop. This is true first prospect Bowman Chrome card. One of the better base cards you can get for baseball, no doubt about that. But let's pull this back. Let's just pull it back 30 days because the meteoric rise happened in this time. So this card was 223, went all the way up to about 330. Actually, didn't even go up as high as I thought. And now it's kind of coming back down to where it was. I think 206 is probably a little low. I think it should probably be more like 225. It's probably where it should really be. I think this is just kind of a slight bit of an outlier for a low sale. I don't think I'd be buying this right now. I think I'd be holding it. I'd be a hold on this card. Yeah, I'd be a hold. Number 7 on the list, Fernando Tatis Jr., 2019 Topps Chrome, number 203, pop count 7528, 46 sales on the week, up just a smidge under 6%. Let's pull this up. Tatis, obviously one of the bigger young star/superstars in the league. I think can you call him a superstar at this point? With that contract he signed, I feel like you kind of have to, and for his age and everything, I feel like you just kind of have to. This is a sideways card. That does affect the value some in my experience, but this one still has a good amount of demand, obviously. This card started the week at 293. Looks like it had a high sale of 325, latest sale of 324. So let's pull it back 90 days. So 90 days ago, this card was almost $500, and it slid all the way down over that time frame up to late April to about 340, and then it went up some to the 400s. late April, and then it slid down again, and now it looks like we're at a kind of thing of support, but it might be a little too early to tell because I'd say the support started about here, and here we are. I'd say 300 is the support level currently. Could it go lower? It definitely could. By the way, if you want to learn how to read these charts better, I did put together a course to show you how to do that. That's not it. The Delta Factor, link for it in the description. I really go over these charts to figure out how to find undervalued sports cards because that's really the name of the game, and when to buy and when to sell. I put together a course for that. Link in description. There's a couple bonuses that go with it too. You get a free month of the Sports Card Society and a whole year's access to the Discord. So check it out if you want to get better at reading these charts. Which means getting better at finding undervalued sports cards to profit from. But here, I actually think I would just hold this. I don't think I'd be buying that right now. I think I'm just going to hold it. I'm tempted to buy it. Tempted. It got up to almost $500. I mean, it's down quite a bit. Let me pull that chart up one more time. Let's pull it back even further than 90 days. Let's go back. We'll go back a year. Although, I mean, it's not a good representation because the sports card market's been nuts. Let's go back 180. No, we got to go back a year. Let's go back a year. See what kind of journey this thing's really been on. Pop count's not crazy, 7,500. I wouldn't call that low. Here it is. It was all the way down to like $60. $60 last June. And then it spiked up to, around 300 in August of last year. Then it went down here to about 170 in November. That seems to be about the bottom. You see these support and resistance. This is a great example. Clearly, this stays about the same price during this whole time here. That's the support. And then it goes up here, and then there's the resistance where the buyers say, no, we're done. We're not paying any more than this. We're just going to hold off. And then it goes down, down, down till the buyers and sellers meet again at the support level, which is down here. And it goes on for several months. And then around Christmas, it starts going up. Up, 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 up. It hits a high, like we said, of about $500 in February. And then finally the market said, that's it. Buyers said, okay, that's it. This is getting crazy. We're going to hold off. So it starts going down, down, down. So you wonder where the next support level is. Support, resistance, resistance. Again, I can't overemphasize how much you need a data visualization tool like this. Because it just clearly shows you what's going on. Here's 60, goes all the way up to 300, and then here's the new reality. It's about 150 is the real new value. And then it goes up to about 500. Now, what's the new real value at? Could be 300. We're showing signs of support there. But during an actual baseball season, things can get crazy. During the season, things can get crazy. So I think I would just hold for a little bit and keep an eye on it and think about buying it. Next on the list, Ronald Acuna Jr. What are we at here? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Number 6 on the list, Ronald Acuna Jr. 2018 Topps Update. Number US 250, the base. Pop count of 18,204. 49 sales on the week. Up about 1%. So it stayed about even. Let's pull up the chart. Let me get some coffee. I can't believe I haven't drinking any coffee during this video yet. Oh, I'd like to mention, I recently watched Pitch Perfect. I haven't watched it in years. Great movie. If you don't think it's a great movie, you're being too machismo and, man, I'm just cool. I'm a man. Show me John Wayne. Like, it's a great movie. It's fun. It's funny. It's all that stuff. Ronald Acuna started the week at 215. End of the week at 218. Went down to 188 at one point during the week. Pop count of 18,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's more than Zion and Luka. That's a lot. 18,000 in baseball? And this card is up here at 200? Nah. I'm going to pull it back 90 days, but I'm not a buy on this. That's just, I'm not saying I'm not a buy on Acuna. I just think there's better opportunity in his cards. And you see it's just been trending down, a little support and then dip and then coming up. I think it's going to keep going down. So I would probably be a hold on this. I'd probably be a hold. Unless you got your eye on something real good that you want to sell it and cash out for, go ahead. Number 5 on the list, Shohei Ohtani. What a stud, right? 2018 Topps Update base. Pop count of 58 48.64 with 49 sales on the week, up almost 24%. Shohei Ohtani is someone I was really touting to the Sports Card Society back in February. And we bought up a lot of his stuff because I felt like he was so undervalued. Tatis stuff was going up, Acuna stuff, Soto stuff, even Lou Bob stuff, Mike Trout stuff, everything. And Shohei wasn't moving. And I'm like, I think people are sleeping on him like crazy because he's been injured. But they forgot that when he plays, he's effing amazing. But he'd been hurt, so people kind of like, Shohei, nah. And then what does he do? He comes out this year in spring training, even in preseason, whatever the hell you call it, rocked it, and then got into the real season, has been rocking it. We were getting him for so cheap. This card started the week at 126, end of the week at 156. Let me pull this chart back 90 days. Look how low we were getting this for. Yeah, I mean, we were getting it for under $50 because we were buying it in early April. The 90 days only goes back to the 21st. We were getting it for under $50. I bought a bunch of them. And here it is. It spiked up to about 160, and it's just kind of going up, down, up, down, up, down. Kind of, I'd say, between 100 and 130, somewhere in there. So that's probably the real value as of today. Sure, we had a spike up this week. But this is a card where if you look at the lows, too, you can see that it's a sideways card. But it's jumping up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like that says, if you read this, and I talk about this in the Delta Factor, and of course, you wouldn't know this unless you had a chart tool like this. You can see that it wants to pop. It wants to do something, because it's like down, up, because he's just doing so awesome. He's leading the league in home runs, I believe, still, and he's got like a 2 ERA. The most productive baseball player you could ever have. I mean, sure, it's a small window here, but in that window, that's the most productive baseball player in maybe history. And don't get your panties in a bunch because, for real, who else can lead the league in home runs and pitch really well? You add that effectiveness together, that is the most effective player maybe since Babe Ruth. I know. Calm down. I'm not calling him Babe Ruth. Not that any of us ever saw Babe Ruth play, but I've never seen a baseball player do this. You haven't either, because no one does this. Anyways, Shohei, I think it wants to, and here's what we're seeing: it wants to pop up. That's what I'm kind of getting at here. But again, I wouldn't hate buying it. Let's go check it out on eBay because I think Shohei, as long as he stays healthy, his cards will just kind of keep going up because he is blowing people's minds. I am not an Angels fan. I'm a Twins guy. This is just me as an objective baseball observation. He is blowing people's minds. If he's not blowing your mind, you're just being cynical. He is blowing minds. Mine, for sure. So, looks like this card, maybe you get it for 150 or under. I would like to get it for 150 or under. I'm a buy. I think that because the pop count's not crazy, I think he is growing to be the most in-demand player in baseball. And I think he's going to continue having this amazing season. And I think his stuff's going to overall just kind of keep going up. And I think the Angels will make the playoffs. I'm a buy on that card, even now. I have a bunch of them. I got them for under $50. I sold a number of them to basically break even. Maybe I squeaked a little bit of a profit, but I'm still holding like a bunch of others. So I'm just like sitting on them, seeing where they're going to go. Next on the list, Jason Dominguez, 2020 Bowman base, first prospect. Pop count is 63.73, 52 sales on the week, down about 1%. So looks like it went about sideways, but let's pull up the chart to check it. Shohei Ohtani, man. $86 to start the week, ended the week at 86. I had some of these. I don't have any anymore. I sold them all for a decent profit. Let me pull this back 90 days quick. A decent profit. It cards this kind of price level, like under $100. Yeah, because I bought it for like, it was under $100, definitely under $100. I remember selling it for about $150. I don't know how the hell I got one. Was it $150? I swear it was $150. Anyways, Popcat's not crazy. Jason Dominguez, a very highly touted prospect. What the hell was I saying there? Well, would I be buy, sell, or hold on this? I mean, it's gotten kind of cheap, $75. I'd say this is an extended period of support, I guess, but you see the pattern of the chart going down. It'll go down, it'll go over, go up, just kind of overall kind of keeps ticking down. This is probably the flattest thing we've seen since the very beginning here. But I think I just keep my eye on this. And how I would do that is in the Market Movers tool, there's this little thing right here. I would say, let me know if this card goes below, in this case, probably I'd probably put I don't know, $67. I just hit OK, and Market Movers will let me know when this card sells below that. And I can add them for above too, But I like doing that. I have a bunch of alerts set because this thing, it acts as my sports card assistant too in that way. It's pretty great. If you don't have the Market Movers tool, go get it. Link in description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. But right now, I think I'd hold off. I would like to buy this card for under $70 is where I like to. That's why I'd probably just set an alert. So right now, I'd be holding with keeping an eye on it to buy. Next on the list, Fernando Tatis Jr., 2019 Topps, number 410, PSA 10, of course, base, Pop count of 13,442, 56 sales on the week, up almost 3%. That's a big pop count. The pop count's so big, I don't want the card probably. Even though, it's Topps flagship, I'd probably rather just pay up and get the Chrome. What was the Chrome pop count? I forgot. We'll look at it in a second. 198 to start the week, 206 to end the week. So this card's really sitting at around 200. Let's pull it back 90 days because it feels to me like we're in a support level right now. Yeah. So 90 days ago, this card was over $300. Looks like it hit a high of about 330. It's kind of been winding down, but it hasn't gone down crazy, but it has just been going down. I wouldn't necessarily call this support because look at right here, 250, this kind of support level, and then now we are down here to 200. So the next support level would probably be 175, is my guess, because I think it's slowing a bit. But Fernando Tatis is really good. Maybe 150. I don't know, but the pop count's so high that I just don't dig it. I'd just rather buy something else. Tatis, this card, buy, sell, or hold. I wouldn't be buying it I wouldn't be buying it, I don't think. I think I'd wait. I think I'd set an alert. And if I already have it, I'd probably just hold it and see what happens. Right? Because my guess, depending on when you got it, if you got it down here way back and for $80, now it's probably a good time to sell if you haven't sold, because I think it's going to go down more. So do with that what you will. I think it's going to go down more. I think it might get down to a bottom of 150. Could go up. It could. I'm just saying I think it'll go down. I think as we get closer to playoffs, I think maybe it goes back up. Who knows? Next on the list, Juan Soto, his 2018 Topps update, number US 300. It's a base. 60 sales on the week, down 13.5%. Pop count of 17,000 and change. Let's pull up his chart. So this card started the week 230, ended the week at 212. Let's pull it back 90 days. See what we got going on here. So 90 days ago, this card hit a high of about 377. It's just it really kind of went sideways with a slight decline, and then the decline has been accelerating, and now he's down here to about 200. He hasn't had the best season. I don't feel like he's had the best season for what you expect of him. And I think this is a card where I'm just holding it, or depending on where you got it, you get it down here $100 and we're sitting here, I'd probably sell it. Just get out, because I think it's going to go lower. Same information. I think it's going to go lower. Next on the list, and it's number 1 on the list, Shohei Ohtani. Go figure. His 2018 Topps Chrome, number 150, pop count of 2713. That's a bit lower than 17,000, 13,000, 18,000. 68 sales on the week, up 22% on the week. Let's chart this sucker. I want to look at something though real quick. Let's look at these other, because we saw what? The Tatis Chrome, 7,500. Who else had a Chrome on here? Lou Bob at 4,500, not bad. Did Soto, no. So look, at pop count's fairly low for Shohei here. And let's go to the chart. I have some of these too. This card started the week at 203. End of the week at 261. Let's pull it back 90 days. Again, I was recommending this to the society too back in February. Might have even been late March or late January. Look how cheap it was. $75. Looks like it got up to a high of about 273, and then it dipped down, and now it's just been going up. Now this card, I'm a big effing buy on because I think it keeps going up. I think Shohei keeps blowing minds, and I think it keeps going up. It's already back up to almost its high, and there may be a dip here and there, but see this kind of like down, up, down, up, down, up. That's what that other Shohei card was doing, where I was telling you, like, if you know how to read these charts, get the delta factor, get market movers, you can see that it wants to pop. It wants to pop. Instead of it just being kind of like this, it's more like this. And you're like, there's a little bit more, I don't want to call it volatility because that's going to be a bad word, but kind of. Like it wants to pop. It wants to break out. Let's go to eBay and see what we can find listed for. I'm big on Shohei Ohtani, man. I think he's the guy of this baseball season. And me and the society made a good grip off him. Well, the society members that bought, anyways. So this card's sitting around 260. But people know what they got. That's why the lowest one on here is $299. And you can make an offer on this, maybe get it for $280 or less, maybe get it for even lower, maybe get involved in an auction. Saturday, so I'm sure there's some. I'm recording this on Saturday, and I'll publish it on Saturday. It's this card right here. Non-ending today, though. But I'll put a link to this. I'm going to put a link in. I'll put a buy price, try to get it for probably $275 or under, in my opinion. But I don't hate 300 either. Look at the pop count. This is just a good card to have. I think for the pop count, like look back here. Right? Juan Soto tops update, not tops chrome, tops update. 17,000, and he's sitting around $200. Shohei tops chrome, 2,700, a fraction of Juan Soto, going for 260, maybe 300 if you just got to pay the top price. Fernando Tatis tops paper base 13,000 pop count. That's going for 200. Acuna update 18,000, going for about 218. Shohei Ohtani, I mean, even his update sitting here, his Chrome 2,700. I mean, the pop count. I think the demand for this guy is going up faster than anybody, and this is one of his top base cards, no doubt about it. This might be his top base card. As a matter of fact, well, other than, does he have a Bowman first prospect? I don't think he does, because he didn't go through the regular system. He came over from Japan, right? Yeah, from Japan. Right? Japan? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Japan. And he just kind of like his Shiro style, just kind of came straight in. So I don't think he has like a Bowman first prospect card. Don't fact check me on that. Go look and do it yourself. But anyways, I think this Topps Chrome is it's definitely one of his top rookie cards. Excuse me. It's always funny to hear people sneeze because people sneeze differently, the sound of it. Some people's are really hilarious. I feel like mine's pretty average. But I really like this. So I'll put a link in the description for the cards I thought were worth considering buying. Links for everything else in the description, Sports Card Society, Market Movers Tool, Delta Factor, all that stuff. And please, by the way, I really want to get to 5,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're at it. And just because you're awesome at Really Sports Channel, hit that like button. But that's what I got for you today. That was the top 10 hottest selling baseball cards of last week, individual cards. That's really valuable to be able to know that information and look it over in your finding undervalued sports cards method, period. And again, I don't know how anyone could possibly really do it without this tool. And if you want some extra help, join the Sports Card Society because I find good stuff all the time. That's what I got for you today. Card pack. Thank you for watching. You were fantastic. Oh, by the way, I'm doing a 2020 Select Football Hobby Box break. There's still some spots available for there. I've really liked what I've seen coming out of that hobby box. So I decided to do a break. There's still some spots available. I'll put a link for it in the description. It's $100 a spot. 32 spots. We'll randomly assign teams at the break, and there'll be a video of that and everything showing the random assignment. So we'll use like the Wheel of Names or some randomizer. But yeah, check that out. That link's in the description too. Other than that, Card Pack, thanks for spending this time with me. Stay classy. You are awesome. I will see you tomorrow.